What about now? Let's try this. Let's see if there's audio on here now. There we go. Man, my bad, guys. Still new to this. I have to remember like which buttons to like push on this damn thing to make it actually do what it's supposed to do. My bad. All right, so now we've got audio. What's going on, Kelvin? What's going on, Top Snick? What's up, man? George Lopez, what's going on, man? Hey, everybody's doing good. Yeah, boom, we got sound. Good. That's what's up. Appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us. So this is what maybe our like third or fourth live stream now. So we've been doing these for a couple weeks now, and each one we've just been kind of popping together some high grades. So this week I think I'm gonna do this one right here, the Jupitive. So yeah, I think this would probably be like a thing maybe where like every week we do a live stream and I'll pop together a high grade, and then later on in the videos, you know, I'll actually produce the video of me like painting it and everything. So we've done pretty much all of the core Gundams. So this week I think I'm gonna do this one, the Jupitive Gundam, and yeah. So let me switch you guys like this. Still getting used to everything. Like magic, right? Did it work? Everything work? Boom. Okay, there we go. So there you can see there's the Jupitive. Oh yeah, Kelvin said drinks in hand. That's right. Yeah, I don't know if you can see Mina over here on the side. She's sipping on some, what is that, Moscato or something? She's got this little prissy little glass full of Moscato right there. Yeah. Me, I've got my Crown and ginger ale. Yeah, that's actually the last little bit of Crown Reserve that I have. But I've got some Crown Vanilla on standby. So if need be, I can break out the Crown Vanilla. But I don't want to drink this with Crown or with ginger ale. I don't think it'd be that good. I'll probably mix this with like some Coke or something. So, what y'all got? Juan Ferrer, what's going on, man? George Lopez says he's chilling. Oh, you got some coffee? Okay. Kelvin said, yeah, fancy with the pinky up. That's right. Exactly. So let's go ahead and break into this kit. This should probably be pretty similar to the last couple ones, but there's only one more to do for me after this one. And the other ones that I've already snapped together on stream, I've got up here, waiting to do review videos on those, and then those will go off to paint. And this one will follow suit. So you guys got something to work on? How's everything been going? How's your week been going? How's life been going? Y'all tired of being in the house yet? What's been happening? Let's see. Let's go ahead and crack all these open. And Mina's working on a master grade Johnny Ridden Zaku, by the way. That's what she's working on over there. So got the Jupitive Gundam here. I think this is probably the best looking one. I think. I don't know. I like the all white. I think the all white looks pretty sexy. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see. Snake said need to get some mead up in this place. Haha, mead, the finest mead in the land. What is mead? Top Sneak said, I'm in a lockdown here in the UK, stuck at my partner's place, but no kits here. What? There's no kits? Oh, hell no. George says, I've been building, working, and art. Okay. What kind of art, man? You doing some, any kind of mecha art in there? Yeah. Sneak says, always. Let me make sure I got this set to live chat, by the way, so I get everybody's comments. There we go. Kelvin said, I'm running out of kits to build. Just put an order in last night. Gave in, ordered the mega size Gramps. Okay, nice. I actually have Mega Gramps is sitting over there. I haven't actually done anything to him. I actually bought that one just so that like when we go to like conventions and stuff, we'd have like a Gundam to carry around on us. So it's easy to spot us. If we ever get out of the house again and are able to go to like Anime NYC or, you know, whatever, Comic Cons or whatever, look for the kids in the crowd that have we're not kids, but look for the people in the crowd that have a mega-sized Gramps hanging on their back. That's probably us. So I want to get another one so I can paint it though. Let's see. Withdrawal symptoms, RIP. Yep. Damn, bro, no kits. George says he has one RX-78 painting. Okay, nice. So you actually you paint some mecha stuff, man. You have to shoot us some pictures of that so we can check that out. And George says I have a mega size Gramps, or master grade Gramps. He said MG Gramps. That's what's up. Yeah, it's rough, I'm sure, but you know, hopefully we're kind of getting out of it. But you gotta make sure you stay up on your kits though, guys. You can't go dry in a time like this. And actually, just before we started live stream, we actually just got a package in from Mecha Warehouse actually. And you guys can't see it, I don't think, but it's like off here to the side. But we just got a box in from Mecha Warehouse. So, and I haven't even opened it yet. I'm pretty sure I know what's inside though, of course. But yeah. So let's go ahead and break all of this stuff out here. And we'll get to work on popping this one together. This one's a little bit different in the fact that it's got all of these, I don't think the other kits had all of these effect parts. The other ones did have the beam sabers like this, but they didn't have whatever these effect parts go to. So that's new. That's different from the other ones. Let's see what else we got. Got our poly caps here, of course. Get all this trash out the way. Knife kind of sucks. Need to put a new blade on there. See, E runners and B runners. This is new too. I don't know what this goes to. This isn't something that was in the other runners either. And last but not least, we have, this is like for the little, I think the little fighter. And it has like a little stand in here. This is pretty similar to the other ones. All right. So let's get this all sorted. And let's see what he says. Kelvin says, yeah, no, your video made me super jealous. I had to get one. Oh, nice. That's what's up. Top Sneak said, I got the 3.0 Gramps, loved it apart from assembling the arms. Okay. I guess the arms are kind of difficult. That's good to know. I've got the 3.0, I just haven't built it yet. Matter of fact, I don't think I've built, I haven't built any master grade Gramps yet. At all. I have a couple of them, but I haven't built any of them yet. Let's see. Kelvin said, update on the Hello Kitty kits. So yes, so I was able to pick up 3 of the Hello Kitty kits. I gave one to Mina, she wanted one, and then I kept 2. So I've snapped one together, and the other one, I've got another one I'm gonna snap together, which is on the wall over here somewhere. But I'm gonna end up painting both of mine. Right now I'm thinking about doing one in like regular colors, and then I might do another one in either the prototype colors where it's like the dark black pieces and lighter gray, or maybe the G3 colors. So I'll have videos coming up on the Hello Kitty really soon. I can show you the one that we have. Let's see. This is, let me see, hang on, let's see. Here we go. That's like my wall of stuff that I need to do over there. So, real quick, a little side thing before we get into this kit. We'll look at this Hello Kitty real quick, because Hello Kitty is pretty awesome. Not that, you know, I'm into Hello Kitty, but I think it's pretty sweet actually. So here's mine. I've got it all snapped together, and I didn't bother. Oops, there goes the arm. I didn't bother to put any of the stickers on, just because I know I'm gonna paint this kit, and I find it to kind of be a pain in the ass. Like if I apply the stickers and then go to take them off later, it leaves like the residue and everything. So if I know I'm going to paint the kit, I'll just leave the stickers off. But yep, here's the Hello Kitty kit. Let me see if I can get her arm back in there. And her little helmet comes off, which is cool. And has like this little bow here that you can take off of the helmet and put onto her. So you can have her like that, which is pretty sweet. Or if you want to have it just as the Gundam, which, and actually I have Gramps over here on her body. So this is her body and I've got Gramps on her right now. But if you wanted to have Gramps regular, you just take her head off, take this little backpack off, this little headpiece off, Gramps head off, pop it on, and then there's your SD Gramps. Oops. And actually there's a backpack for him too. So then you would put this on, and then that's your SD Gramps right there. And then if you wanted her, then she'd be off here to the side with her own little body like that. Yeah, so there's that. And oh, she does have this little gimmick where she pulls her feet out, oops, or off, feet out like that, so she can like sit down. So yeah, you didn't know that? No. Yeah, you can pull her feet out. So I'll show that to you guys again. So like her feet can come down and out, so she can be standing like this, or you can pull them down and out and she can sit down.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. So yep, there's the Hello Kitty. All right, let me catch up. Let me see, where were we at? So yeah, the Hello Kitty kit, I've got to still do the review on this guy, and once I do the review on this, then I'll do the paint video, or I'll start painting it, and then the paint video will come out later on after. So there's that. Let's see, where else are we at? George Lopez says, just built some DBZ kits to break up from Gundam. Yep, definitely understand that. I actually do the same thing, not necessarily with DBZ kits, but really just anything, you know, from time to time, built something else just to keep me from not getting like sick of Gundam. So actually this week I built a frame arm girl for the exact same reason. So, you know, from time to time, build something else so that, you know, I don't get tired of Gundam. So, and frame arm girls really help me to not get tired of Gundam because their parts are so small. So by the time I get finished building one of these things, I'm usually like half frustrated just because the pieces are so small. So like I'm ready to get back to a Gundam, you know what I mean? But yep, this is one I built this week. This is Stylette, and she looks pretty badass. She's kind of like a jet type thing, and she comes with lots of different weapons. I got the swords put on her right now because I just thought those look sweet. But she comes with like a Gatling gun. She's got freaking missiles. I don't know if you guys can see that. She's got missiles right here on the side of her arm. Yeah, she's pretty sweet. So I'm not gonna paint this or anything. That's just gonna get a top coat and some water slides, and that'll be it for that kit. So I hear you. George said Mecha Warehouse is clutch. Yeah, Nick over there at Mecha Warehouse is super cool. He sent me some super cool stuff. So there's gonna be some really nice stuff coming up with the Mecha Warehouse package here soon, and I'm really excited to open it, even though I already know what's in there. But stay tuned for that because there's gonna be some really cool stuff with Mecha Warehouse happening. So. But yeah, those guys are real good. Nick is really awesome. Kelvin said, George, how do you like the DBZ kits? Never done any, but they interest me. Good question, because I have the same question because I have one I haven't done yet either. So let's see. George says, turn the Hello Kitty into a sapphire lantern. That could be an interesting little idea. Let's see. George says he's got Kid Buu, Piccolo, and the CC motorcycle. I've seen the CC motorcycle, and that looks pretty sweet. That looks pretty sweet. Yeah. But all right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and start snapping this guy. I need to lay out my runners here in order so that I can actually find things and get to work on this guy. I got this head here, Hello Kitty head. Yeah. A little parched, gotta get something to drink. You guys know how it is. So let's lay all of this stuff out. So how's life been treating everyone? Anything good happening out there? You guys see they GBWC is canceled for this year. So no GBWC. That's gone now. Where's my C runner at? C. Here we go. So they canceled GBWC. So that's done for the year. But I guess they're going to extend it into next year. So next year is going to be like kind of a mixture between both years. Where is E? And I got two Fs. These are two like weird Fs. Let's throw these up here for now. Usually I have more space on my desk, but right now everything's kind of tight. So, and these poly caps right there. All right. Yeah, I have to like lay my stuff out so it's like easy for me to like reach and grab. You know what I mean? All right. Let's throw these guys back up on the wall. Yeah, look out for, you guys can look out for these videos too. These will be coming soon. Got these, came in from Uklo, so super excited about these. Not going to be painting these either. If I had a whole nother set, I would paint these, but these, you know, I'm really excited for this because I don't get too much like special edition stuff. But look how thin these boxes are. These are like really thin boxes, but they're yeah, they're high grade Gundam and Zaku. So video coming up on those as well soon. And yeah, all right, let's get started on this Jupiter Gundam. That's, where the hell did I put the manual for this thing? You guys see where I put the manual for this guy? Oh, here we go, behind the tablet. I'm like, man, I'm not going crazy. All right. So it's always a delicate balance between like drinking, talking, and still like building and getting some work done on the kit. You know what I mean? So thus far in the couple of live streams that we've done, usually we get to about, or I get to about like maybe the head, torso, and 2 arms before, you know, it's time to get off. Hey, what's going on, Nick? Nick just joined. Mecha Warehouse in the house. Hey, I just got your package. It just came in before stream. So it's sitting right here on the desk. I haven't opened it yet, but it just came in. So we are super stoked to jump into all of those goodies, or I am rather. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Let's see. Said let me back up because I know I missed a couple things there. I saw Nick pop in there. So yeah, guys, if you guys are looking for some kits and you need to get something, I know Nick just had a giant restocking, so definitely go over there, check out Mecha Warehouse, and pick up some stuff. He's got plenty of stuff right now because they just stocked up real good. So if you're running low, definitely run over there and check them out. Let's see here. Where we at? Let's see. Been curious about those. Kelvin said, do you think since they canceled, they will release more new kits? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if we're talking about in reference to GBWC being canceled, because I don't know if there's necessarily that many kits associated with GBWC. So, as far as, you know, this being the 40th year of Gunpla, I think it would be interesting if they maybe do extend some of the releases because of everything that's going on. Because, you know, they really probably want to capitalize on the 40th year. So this year, you know, is probably a bad year for the whole Corona thing to be going on and for it to be the 40th year of Gundam. But at the same time, Gundams are flying off the shelf because, you know, stores can't hold on to them because, you know, everybody's home. So I don't know, maybe we'll see some, you know, some extension of this 40th anniversary stuff into next year because of it. Let's see. Joyce says, I'm waiting for the Luna C Zaku. That's nice. Really nice. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some stuff coming. I think earlier today I saw a half clear, half solid Zaku figure. Yeah, she said, "Huh?" Her little ears perked up like what? Yeah. So similar to if you guys saw, I did a video on the 40th anniversary of Gundam um, figure. It's the anime. I think it's the Tamashii Nations figure. I think they're doing a Zaku version of that here shortly. So I don't know if they come out with that. I'll definitely try to get that. I'm still missing the B version of the other one, but yeah. All right, let's cut out a couple of these parts and get a little something to drink here. I gotta try to get some work done on these kits. So let me snap a couple of these out here, and then I'll come back and check on chat. And let's see here. In the meantime, what are you guys working on right now? If you've got something. If you don't have something, you can go over to Nick's website and go ahead and put your order in and get something on the way. And yeah, today I'm using my display nippers. I don't use these as much. They're nice, but they're not God hands. I'll give them that. But they are pretty damn close. Let's see here. So torso stuff. I get on track. Let's see. Snap all of these out. And Nick said, nothing right now. A few minutes before dinner and family movie. Master Grade Death Scythe Hell tonight. Yeah, Nick, I'll be over there for that. So that's actually one of the reasons why I kind of scheduled this like earlier so that we'd have time. Because on our first live stream that we did over here, we scheduled it so that it was like a little bit earlier than yours. I knew yours was like 8:30. And, we didn't expect to be on stream that long, since it was our very first time. And I mean, and we're grateful for this, but our first stream actually went really, really well, due in part to some of the people that are in stream right now. So we ended up staying on stream our first time for like 3 hours. So we missed your stream that day because it just went over. So that's why I was like, well, we'll try to make it a little bit earlier, and I'll try not to talk so much. And actually get something done, because like that first stream, I think I maybe got like maybe just the head and maybe the torso done, because we were so busy just talking to everybody, and I don't know, it was a good time though. It was a good time. Much rather be in stream with people than not, so I was definitely not complaining. Let me see, color all the C stuff out. All right. All the A stuff. Is there any A stuff on here? Yeah, there's a couple pieces. A stuff. You gonna have time for a movie before your stream? Let's see. Let me check chat here. So George said, I'm working on the RG Titan. Very nice. I still need to get a real grade. I haven't messed with a real grade yet. She just completed her first one, but it's on my list of things to do, is to get a real grade. I've been eyeing the Johnny Ridden's Zaku for my first real grade, but somebody also recommended to me the new Gundam and something else. I forget, there was something else. Kelvin said, I ordered the USA Gundam Nipper, so I'm super stoked to start using those. Yeah, those are actually really good. I have those. The USA Gundam Nipper. These, Adam, the owner over there, actually gave me these, and these are pretty good. I like them. I usually use these for, I would say like more of my like quick builds. Anything that I'm trying to be like super like precise on. I use the God hands, but these are really good too. They're not quite as thin as, say, the Display or the God hands, but they work very well. Very, very well. And in fact, if you check out on our channel, I have a video up of a comparison between these nippers, the Displays, and the God hands. So yeah, you should check that video out. But these are still good. I enjoy them. They work pretty well. Nick said, nice, glad to hear it went well. The balance is definitely hard. Yeah, it's definitely a balance for sure. So yeah, we have 3 hours, should be plenty of time. Okay, yeah, 3 hours before the movie. So what movie were we watching? Oh, he said gotta go, have a good stream. All right, Nick, we'll see you later, man. We'll be over in your stream later. And Nick also said the new and the Sazabi are supposed to be some of the best real grade kits I have yet to build either. So Kelvin said, have you used the Tamiya nippers before? So it depends on which ones, because there's a lot. I have, actually, I think these were actually given to me. I think these are Tamiyas. And I think these were actually given to me from USA Gundam as well. I think either one or, oh no, these are Mr. Tools. So this is by Mr. Hobby right here. I think these ones are Tamiya. These are the only ones that I have. And to be honest with you, I don't really use these that much because I tend to use these guys, these Mr. Tool ones. But these are very comparable to each other. If I were to use these, I would use these probably just for like, I don't know, really robust kits. If it was something I really need to break through, I would probably use these. But not that they're bad or anything. It's just there's a certain, you get to a certain point, I would say. So if you're getting USA Gundam nippers right now, that's probably going to be like the baseline for you, you know, because your nippers are like your first line of tools. So now that you're going to start with these, you probably won't want to come down to something like these. You know what I mean? You'll enjoy the USA Gundams, and if anything, you're only gonna want USA Gundam style nippers and up from that point on. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. So, but you'll enjoy those for sure. All right. Let's see here. Let me cut some of this stuff out. Where was I at? I was on the A runner. So A runner, let's see, 17, 16, or 4. 17, 16, and 4. You don't have it up over there on your screen?
What?
The stream.
I do.
Oh, you do? No, because last time it was nice because you're like reading it off to me. I was like, oh, I don't even have to.
Yeah, I'm working on my own kit right now. It's hard to juggle.
You working on your own kit in that glass of wine.
I'll take some sushi later.
You just gonna order it? You just gonna order it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do takeout for sushi.
Yeah, some sushi sounds good.
It does, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, sushi and jalapenos are like a good combo.
Yeah. Kelvin said, I got one of those entry nippers, and those things are trash. Super nubs left behind. Yeah, that's the downside to them, is they can't get close, you know. So, and even with my displays, you know, I like these displays. However, I don't know if I just got like a weird pair because these tend to stick on me. So like see right there how I got them to stick open. They should be like springing out, you know what I mean? But I don't know, for whatever reason, and I've adjusted the little there's a little like dial on the side, and they actually if you look at any of these single nippers, they all have it. This little, where's it at? So on the USA Gundam one, it's right here, right? That little nipple right there. You can adjust those dials, or I'm sorry, not the little nipple there. It's actually in that hole. Let me see. There we go. In that hole is the adjustment dial, and all of my other single-sided nippers, they spring out just like they're supposed to. But for whatever reason, I don't know why, my displays, they just kind of stick. And I mean, there we go. See, I tap it and it came out, but it's weird. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you'll be happy with those USA Gundam ones for sure. See B. And make sure I finish this kit tonight, one way or another. See, like right now, while we're on stream, I won't finish that much of this kit, but then later on, when we jump into next stream, I'll be able to finish like the whole thing. Because it won't be me talking. So, yep. Trying to. And these get pretty close too. So I only got one more of these, and then we're done with this. I have to find some more high grades to snap together on stream. Well, I mean, I've got more high grades, but I don't know if they're like stream worthy. Yeah. I don't know if they're like stream worthy. Like these are new kits. You know? These are all blue label new kits. Hot off the press. I'm looking forward to painting these though. I think these are gonna be really fun to paint. I'm really excited to open up this box. I can't wait to open up this box. Kevin said it's like once you build a high grade, you've built them all, right? I mean, some of them, yeah, it is definitely like that. And since we've been doing since we've been doing the live stream thing, and we've been doing, or I've been doing the core Gundam on all of them, these are definitely very similar. I mean, they're all alike, but some of them are pretty enjoyable. Like I really enjoyed doing that Wing Gundam, and I didn't think I would, honestly. Like I know you're kind of newer to the channel, Kelvin, but traditionally I usually just do, or I used to only do master grades, because you know, growing up I messed with high grades. So once I got older, I was like, oh well, you know, I'll just do master grades from now on. So I haven't really been doing high grades like that until recently, till just before you came around. So now it's just kind of getting back into doing them. But some of them are actually really enjoyable. And kind of like I forget who was saying it earlier, but you know how you do like a different kit from time to time just so that you don't get burnt out and stuff. High grades kind of serve that same purpose as well for me, because you know master grades take me so much longer to build and paint and everything. So you know, sometimes you can knock out a quick high grade and be done with it. Like this high grade, although I won't finish this high grade on stream, this high grade will be done tonight. Before I go to sleep, it'll definitely be done. So at least done enough that I can stick it on the wall for review. So you know.
I feel different, a little different about that.
About what, high grades?
I feel like with master grade, it's easier for me because the pieces are bigger, so like I move faster.
I mean, yeah, the pieces are bigger, so you can move a little bit quicker. But for me, I feel like it takes longer. Like, I can't finish. I don't know of a master grade that I can think of off the top of my head that I could finish. Like, excuse me. Like, if I started like at the same time that I started this high grade, I can't think of one that I would finish by the end of the night.
Well, I mean, that's the same thing for me with the high grade, though. I will finish in the same night.
Yeah, high grade I could definitely finish in a night.
Well, that's because you've been doing this since birth.
I haven't been doing it since birth. Close, but not quite. Yeah, not because with master grades, there's so many extra pieces. You got the inner frame going on. You know, you can easily get caught up doing that for at least a day and a half. You know, I mean, especially if you're like trying to go through and cut everything close. You're trying to make sure there's no crazy nubs on it, you know? Yeah. I see it taking at least a day and a half.
I think
For
there's
You just love Zaku's.
It's just I feel like Zaku pieces are like it's not as like tedious as the episodes on Gundam.
Yeah, maybe. Zaku's are cool.
I mean, pretty much all Zaku's are like the same. The pieces
Yeah,
are
they're
usually
close.
the same.
They're pretty close. Because you only have, well, no, I don't want to say that. I was going to say you only have like 2 Zaku's, but I guess in the broad scheme of things, yeah, you do only have like 2 Zaku's. You have the Zaku 1 and the Zaku 2. But then there's multiple versions of the Zaku 2.
With battle.
Oh yeah? Where's Battle at? What's up, man? What's happening? Thanks for coming through on the stream. Oh, Kelvin said he ordered the full mechanics kits. Which one? Which one did you order? I actually want to get some more. So the Dendrobium that I just finished, that you should see a lovely little, I added a little element in the in that little side video, right? Or video that's shown up below my face where the Dendrobium's going by. That one's a that's a mechanics kit. So there's 3 of those mechanic kits. There's the Dendrobium. I think the other one's like, I forget what the other one's called. The red one, and then the green one. That's what we're going with right now. I can't remember the names, but I remember the colors. But I want to get those other ones after doing the Dendrobium. I think they're all 550 scale. So which one did you order, Kelvin? Battle, what you working on, man? Let's see. I got this thing all backwards. I got excited when he said he got one of the mechanics kits, and now.
What's a mechanics kit?
So they're just like how you have high grades. They came out with a like special line of high grades called High Grade Mechanics (HGM), and all it is it's high grades, but the model that they're basing it on is actually massive, like the Dendrobium. So they scaled it way down. So like this little baby Dendrobium I just finished, that's a high grade mechanics.
Okay, so it's pretty much like they call it a high grade, but it's way bigger than.
It's a high grade. It's a high grade that they can't give the normal 1/144 scale to without it being massive, because like the other Dendrobium is also a high grade, and it's normal 1/144 scale like most high grades, but you see how big it is compared to all the rest of the 1/144 scales.
So that's what that means.
So they made like an extra, like, hey, this is still a high grade, but we'll give it another name. So it still falls into the high grade category, but it's small. Well, it's smaller. It's smaller because it's 550th scale rather than 144 scale.
Okay, I got it.
He got the Vidar and Barbados. Okay. So he ordered. I thought he was talking about the high grade full mechanics. So Kelvin ordered the mechanics kits, which are some of the I think Re-100s. They also make full mechanics kits. Got you. Okay. So you got the Vidar and the Barbados. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool. I've done the Vidar. I haven't done the Barbados yet. Yeah, you did the Barbados. I have a Barbados that I need to do. He said, yep, they're from IBO, which is my favorite series so far. I would have to agree with that assessment. IBO is, for me, probably one of the best series from Gundam in the past couple of years. It's just super gritty. Yeah. I'd have to agree with you on that one. And Battle said he's cooking up some catfish I caught today and drinking some rum. That's what I'm talking about.
Have you ever had catfish?
Yeah, some catfish. This is the South.
Some people have never
We live in the South.
Some people have never had catfish before.
Battle. She over here said, have I ever had catfish? This is the South. What are you talking about?
Just like there's some people that have never had chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, okay. Chicken and dumplings.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a southern thing, chicken and dumplings.
It's from the South. Kelvin said, yep, they come in 1/100. Yep. So he's talking about the Re-100 series. I really like the Re-100 series. I wish they would I hope they continue to expand upon it. The only one that I think that they've put out that was a bad move or I don't think it deserved to be in the Re 100 category, was the crap, the Zaku Kai. The Zaku Kai. They've made that a Re 100. I don't think it should have been a Re 100. I think the Zaku Kai was definitely cool enough to be a full master grade, in my opinion. Because the whole point of the Re 100, the whole reason Bandai even came out with that section was because, they wanted an area where they could kind of come out with some of the more obscure kits that people want, but they don't want to put the research dollars into, but still be able to release them, But I think they could have easily made the Zaku Kai off of the Zaku 2.0 Master Grade, and it would have sold. Battle said, LOL, this is the South. And Kelvin said, catfish from the South is different from the North. We just throw them back into the river. Oh, shit. Battle said, the Re 100 or the 1/100 Barbados Lupus was my favorite one. So I think, isn't both the, so in the Re 100 line, there's like 3 Barbados in there. 3 or 4, I want to say.
Did Battle catch that catfish or did he buy it?
He said he caught it.
He caught it?
Yeah.
He goes fishing?
I'm sure he actually caught it. Right, Battle? He's gonna come back and be like, duh. What you mean?
Some people don't like fishing.
He probably went out there and caught it.
I should take you fishing one day.
Oh yeah?
Except it'll have to be saltwater.
Oh man.
I don't like freshwater fishing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's too many bugs with freshwater. I can't stand bugs.
Yeah. You just bring the zapper.
No, see that shit don't work.
The zapper works.
No,
You gotta have that zapper.
You know
It's about summertime, guys. All them bugs come out. You get the electric fly swatter.
There's way too many bugs. That shit ain't gonna work.
Them things explode. He said, "I'll send y'all a pic in a second." Yeah, shoot it to us. Yeah, man, that sounds good. I think we're gonna get some sushi tonight.
Heck yeah.
She said she want to get sushi, so
Some jalapenos.
some jalapenos on there.
It's cool. Gotta go fishing. We should all go fishing one day.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Saltwater. Not fresh.
Look at you being picky.
I need to disclose that with Battle because catfish is freshwater. It's not.
Look at you
saltwater.
just being picky over here.
It's not being picky. It's too many bugs.
All right, y'all see I messed this up, right? I'm trying to get it out. I messed this piece up. I was too busy looking at the screen. All right, there we go. So you're supposed to put this piece in first, and then put the neck piece over top of it, like such.
You said picky.
Exactly, picky.
Look here, Battle. How long have you been fishing?
Don't ask the man how long. All these questions. Obviously, he was successful. He came back with a catch. He's about to eat something up. All that matters is that he was successful in the hunt. Right? Let's focus on the things that matter. Is that he was able to go out there and get the fish and bring it back. He could have not even caught anything.
Wow, since he was 8? Yeah, that's about right for me too.
So see, look, there you go. I'm sure the man knows what he's doing.
I'm not saying he does. I'm just curious as
Yeah.
to how long he's been fishing.
Yeah, he went out there and got some fish, fry that thing up.
Catfish is good.
Wow, what's wrong with this piece? This thing is like super loose. That's different. I don't remember it being that loose on the other ones. Might have to tighten that up when it comes time to actually put this kit together for real after it gets painted. So I'll give y'all one of my little tricks. I don't know if y'all use this, or Kelvin, this might be a good little trick for you, since I know you're kind of new. If you get pieces that are like loose or whatever, kind of like how this piece is on this backpack, I don't know why it's like that. But what I keep is some fingernail polish, clear, like this around, and then you can just put some on the part. So you just add some to the part, paint it on there, let it dry, and then put it back on there, and it'd be much more snug. So there's a little trick for you. If you come across like loose joints and stuff, you can put some fingernail polish on it and let it dry. Which I might have to do that piece when it comes time to actually build this guy for real after he gets painted. But when I go to paint this, it'll probably thicken up a little bit too. So for now, I'm gonna leave it alone, because if I try to make it more sturdy now, I might just make it too sturdy. So I'll leave it for the time being. Man, I'm gonna have like 4 of these to paint all at the same time. It's gonna be awesome. Kelvin says, I gotta do to some of my kits. Yeah. Kelvin said, all right, wait, so let's talk top coat. Okay, I'm with it. Let's see what you got. Says, so when and how would I use that? Okay, so when and how would you use top coat? So when would you use top coat? The when, I guess, is kind of subjective on you. Really, whenever you want to. I use top coat on all my kits. And then I guess the how. So I guess the how kind of goes into like the different types of top coat. So in general, you have 2 types of top coat, right? You've got your gloss, which is like your shininess, like, you know, reflective type of coating. And then you've got your matte. And your matte is going to be... Do I have anything here that's matte right now? I don't see anything matte. But you know, matte is like a dullness. You know what I mean? Non-reflective. Or non-shiny. So... And then you have, of course, the middle ground, which is like the semi-glosses, somewhere in between. Me personally, I matte coat all of my kits other than ones that I specifically want to be glossy because of a particular type of finish, like a candy paint or a metallic paint job. Like those are the type of paint jobs that I want to be shiny, so I gloss those on purpose and leave them that way. But other than that, I matte coat everything. And in general, when you go to matte coat, you know, these kits, the biggest thing that you'll see is that for me, they go from looking like a toy, like in a toy category. You know how you walk through Walmart or Toys R Us or whatever, you see toys on the wall. All those toys like very shiny and kid-like. Gundams can kind of look like that to a degree if you don't, you know, if they're looking too glossy. So I think by adding the matte coat, that immediately kind of takes away that like toy thing and kind of puts it up there in more of the like action figure category, or like, you know, it looks like a more adult sport at that point, right? So like, for example, here's hang on. Let me get a little something to drink here. So for example, here is the quant that I'm working on right now. And you notice like if I shift the quant back and forth, how the light like changes. So you can see like in this shoulder right here, if I go this way and that way, it's getting like brighter. Same thing on the shoulder here. That's that like glossiness that's on this kit right now. But that glossiness kind of takes away from its realism a little bit. So by matte coating this looks, it kind of brings it, you know, the depth down a little bit, I would say. It just looks a little bit more real. I think, were you grabbing one? I think she's grabbing a matte coated kit. To show you an example. You got one? Okay. So like,
I built this, by the way.
yeah, this is one of her kits. So here is this is the Shin Matsunaga's Zaku, Master Grade Zaku. And you'll see with this kit, so same thing. And let me kind of show it from this direction. He's got this gun. Man, this gun is like huge. But if you look at him, even as I'm moving him around, you see how there isn't like a point where like it's like popping. You don't see that same, you know, shine popping off of them. And that's because this is matte coated. You know, this one doesn't have the best matte coat. I'm just being honest. I mean, this is a 4K camera. I can't hide these little speckles, guys. You see that?
My build.
I'm not shitting on the build.
Shitting on my
I'm just saying, you know, you can tell that the matte coat, you know, could have been applied a little bit better.
He's always got to throw shade in.
You know, that's all I'm saying, you know. But still, but you can see how this is not reflecting anything, even as I move him around. So he looks more like a, you know, a figure for your shelf, you know. He looks like he could be in a grown-up's room. Let's put it that way. But on the other hand, there are kits where like you would want it to be glossy. Like I have the Vidar over there.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
It looks like I have an assistant. She's gonna grab the Vidar.
This is also another one.
Okay. So yeah, never mind. We're not gonna grab the Vidar because she actually just made this one. So this is an example of one that is glossed, and it's glossed on purpose. So this is one she just finished, and this is the master grade. Master grade Goof, the 1.0 Goof, I believe. So this one is a candy green. So like she's purposely gone through and glossed this one, and you can tell just because of like the light here from my desk, which is right here. You can see how it's like in there, and it just moves with it. You know what I mean? So there's the difference right there. But this is something that where you would want it to be glossed, and that light kind of just moves around with it. So yep, that's pretty much your difference. And like I said, I know some people actually like to do like an in-between where it's a little bit shiny and a little bit matte. But for me personally, and it's all preference, you know, any kit that is not specifically built to have like a candy coating or whatever, for me, I'll matte coat those. And then if it is a kit that has a candy coating or some type of metallic coating, I'll gloss those. So, and if you're looking for recommendations on matte and gloss, I don't know, are you using airbrush yet? If you are, I use Alclad for everything. For my top coats, so definitely check them out. But I used to use the rattle can in the past, and that works just as well also. So let's see here, let me back it up. Battle says same, I use Alclad gloss to protect, then over the one more time with matte because I prefer my kit super flat. Yeah, so yeah, exactly what Battle said. I'll do that normally for if I got to do like decals or whatever. So that's actually getting into like an extra step. But like if I'm doing decals or something, I'll do the gloss coat, do the decals, the panel lining, all that good stuff, and then do another gloss to lock all that in, and then do a matte on top. And Kelvin says, yeah, I see that people use it to get rid of the shine, but when you type top coat, many of them come up, so which is good. So yep, I use Alclad. If you're using an airbrush, I would recommend Alclad. All of this stuff is really good. I don't have Mr. Hobby makes one. I think it's called like super coat or something like that. Mr. Hobby makes one, and Tamiya makes one. Rattle can for gloss and flat coat that you can get from like Hobby Town or like Hobby Lobby or something like that. If you're going rattle can, I would definitely go with one of those. Those will do perfectly fine. Let's see. Battle says I generally do it after I paint or finish a straight build. Yep. So that's what's gonna happen to this chick right here. She's gonna get that type of treatment. Since she's not getting painted, she's just gonna get a flat coat. So, and actually she's gonna get decals too. I have water slides for her, and normally I would gloss her and then do the water slides, but because she's not painted, I'm not going to worry about glossing her. I'm just going to go straight to water slides and then flat coat over top of the water slides, and it'll still come out looking perfectly fine. So if she was painted though, I would actually gloss her first. And then let's see what we got. Battle says, if you airbrush, I personally say Outglad, but Mr. Hobby Rattle can. Mr. Rattle can if you use rattle cans. Yep. Kelvin said that looks good. He said your kit looked good.
Thank you.
With some fire emojis in there. So what's this? He says, so what's this UV cut flat mat? Because they have super clean flat mat and the other one UV flat cut spray can. Let's see. So I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't personally know what the difference is with the UV cut. I don't know how that really fits in there. I've never tried one of those, at least not on purpose. I've only ever used, when it comes to rattle can, I've only ever used the Tamiya and that Mr. Hobby one in flat. So yeah, sorry about that one. I'm not really sure what the UV cut part means, but I've seen that in some of the airbrushing paints as well, where it talks about the UV cut, but unfortunately I'm not up on my game as far as what that means. Singraph, what's going on, man? Welcome to the channel. He says, peace fam, nice build. Have you ever used Turbo Dork Transitional Metallics? She needs some melanin. Ha! Yeah, she gets plenty. So I haven't used any of the Turbo Dork stuff yet. One of my friends, Tom, over at Not So Average Builder, he actually just did a video on one of their, I guess one of their new release Turbo Dorks. And I'm curious to check them out. I've seen where some of their paints have like that really wide range of transitions, and it looks super, super cool. But I haven't tried any of them yet. And those are actually acrylic. He just told me yesterday that those are actually acrylic. I didn't know that. And I don't mess with that much acrylic. So Battle says, I never heard of the UV cut. As far as I know, it just helps with the color transition under the UV lights. Okay, maybe that's what it does. He says they got a dope range. Yeah, they got some really nice paints. And I don't know, I might have to try some of those. Maybe I'll get with Tom, because he was telling me about them. But they look really sweet. It's on the list of things to do. You know, but I've only been painting since we started the channel, really. So I mean, I've been building Gunpla for a while, but as far as like painting Gunpla, that's like, this whole thing is a whole new thing to me. So like right now, I'm working on the Penelope, which I actually just got slides in for today from Simp Pro, and that's gonna be my 7th painted kit, I think. So Dendrobium was number 6. So this will be, yeah, number 7. So the further I get along, the more I'll be able to kind of branch out and try some of these other paint brands, you know. Kelvin said, okay, definitely going to add it to my next order. Yeah, definitely do. Add it to your next order. The rattle can will do just fine. Just make sure, you know, you got some place, you know, ventilated that you can spray all that stuff. You know, because that stuff is toxic, you know. Battle said the PGRX is just, yeah, it's got that, you know what I'm saying? It's got that going on with it. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, the PG, that was probably the first kit that I actually, like, I don't want to say tried really hard on, but definitely like took my time on, because the PG, that's like my, I want to say like that's my like 3rd painted kit, 3rd or 4th, something like that. Because I think the Vidar is my first one. Yeah, I think the PG was probably like my 3rd or 4th painted kit. But I really took my time on it primarily because they're expensive as hell. PGs are not cheap. You know? Any of y'all that have built a PG, y'all know that that shit is not cheap. I think that thing probably costs like $120, $130. It's a lot of money. So definitely tried to take my time on it. But at the same time, you know, since I'm still new to painting, like it's all a learning experience. I definitely can say, you know, even in the like 5 or 6 kits that I've painted, I can definitely tell where I'm better. And And I mean, and by the way, so there are other little kits that I do like in between these big main kits. So like I'll do like SDs and stuff to like practice my technique. But I don't really count those as painted kits. So if you count those, then yeah, I have more than 7 painted kits. I've probably got like 12, 15, because I've got SDs that I paint and stuff just to practice on. I actually just finished one that she stole from me. So she was about to throw this SD away, okay, and I was like, I'll take that. I'll do something with it, and I went ahead, painted it up in a day. Nice little kit. And actually, she actually had a Tall Geese SD that she was getting ready to toss, right? So I was like, no, let me get that too. And that's now sitting up there getting ready to get painted. I'm going to do a paint test on that guy. So, yeah. I like using SDs to do paint tests because they're cheap. You know? Let's see. Do this piece right here. Let's see. Graph said, alkali lacquer are strong. I need my face respirator when I use that stuff. I got a dope set. Yes, most definitely. Please listen to the man. Not just the alkalis, pretty much all lacquers are very strong. So if you're painting with lacquers, please make sure that you're using a respirator, because that shit will fucking kill you. You know, that shit, it's really strong stuff. It's just don't mess with it, you know what I mean? But at the same token, I would say that if you can learn to paint with lacquers as your first medium of airbrushing, I think you're kind of ahead of the game. Because I think a lot of people start with like acrylics and enamels, but those are weaker paints structurally than the lacquers are. And if you can learn to get accustomed to starting to paint with lacquers and how to thin them and everything like that, then those other mediums would be much easier for you. Plus, it'll be much safer for you too. But I mean, they say that it's really safe to spray with acrylics because they're water-based or whatever. But hell, having a mask on while you're spraying is not going to hurt you. You know what I mean? So if you're already used to like spraying with lacquers and your whole station is already like prepped for you to deal with the worst of the worst, then it'll be that much easier for you to deal with something easier. But yes, please listen to the man. If you are going to be using lacquer stuff, definitely use a face mask. We use a respirator. We have 2 respirators and 2 little booths set up. And we wear our masks in there. So definitely listen to the man. And I mean, even the lacquer thinner is really crazy. And I use hardware store lacquer thinner, which I only use it. I don't use it to mix my paints. I only use it to clean our tools, and that stuff is strong, like super strong. Like if you smell the odor off of like a Mr. Tamiya's or Mr. Hobby's. Ooh, hang on, I want this. This feels like it was gonna pop away from me. Yeah, I had to make sure that thing didn't go running. But if you get the odor from like a Mr. Hobby's thinner versus like a hardware store lacquer thinner, it's like night and day. That hardware store thinner, that shit is crazy. That thing is meant to strip paint, you know? So you got to be careful with that stuff. You definitely don't want to be breathing that stuff in. So yeah, definitely some good advice there. Battle said, don't be like Battle and not wear a mask. It's super not safe. Yeah, definitely don't. Definitely don't. Please wear a mask if you're spraying with lacquers. I mean, even with enamels, enamels are technically toxic as well. Apparently, it's not as bad as lacquers. But the only way I would really spray at least extended period of times without a mask is if like I was spraying outside, away from the wind or something with lacquers. But Battle, are you using lacquers, Battle, mostly? Because I feel like not that many people, at least the people that I encounter, I feel like not many of the people that I encounter use lacquer paint that much. But to be fair, that's probably because the market is getting so good, and there's a lot of good companies out there that are making some awesome paints that aren't lacquer based paints. Like for example, the Turbo Dork stuff. Like that stuff looks super sexy, and that stuff's that's acrylic. I would have never guessed that stuff was acrylic. Battle says, I'll mix acrylic ever so often to get a specific color tone. Okay. Probably Tamiya, I guess. And when you mix your acrylic, are you using water or alcohol? Because I know you can do either or, right? And by the way, also, since we're on the topic of paint, what kind of ratio do you use? I tend to use either a 1 to 1.5 to maybe even like a 1:2 for the ratio. I like my paint to come out where it's like super, I don't want to say thin, but I apply my paint in a way that when it's being laid down, it looks wet. There is a noticeable sheen when I'm actually applying paint to the part. But I do it in a fashion that, I'm moving in a way so that it's not pooling. But by doing it that way, I've been able to get really good results as far as like texture. Because as you start to get into like trying to do like metallic paint jobs and candy paint jobs and stuff, the texture really matters. Because if you want to do a chrome, then you have to have like a super smooth surface. So Battle says, I think I'm gonna get the marker airbrush system. Oh wait, no, this is Kelvin saying this. He said, I think I'm gonna get the marker airbrush system just to get my feet wet. I don't know if it's too early in my Gunpla journey. I haven't used that system. I've heard like mixed things about it. I would say, if I was you, I would say that I'm trying to think of the price of that, because I think that the price of that system was like what, $50. How much was that system, Kelvin? Do you remember how much that system was? Because I would say, I would bounce that off of how much a actual system might cost you, because you can get a very decent cheap setup off of Amazon and be like ready to run. She had her airbrush that she uses right now is like a $23 airbrush off of Amazon, like $20. The compressor that she has is a little bit more expensive, but the compressor that she has is also garbage. I'll tell you that. It really is. That compressor is a compressor that used to be my compressor before she started painting. I actually want to get her a different one at some point, but the reason that I don't like that compressor is because it's easily outrun. And what I mean by outrun is that it can't really keep up with the demands of the brush. The brush puts out too much air for it to keep up with. But yeah, her first brush is like a $20 brush, man. And I think you can get a whole set off of Amazon for probably like $100, and it'd be like a decent setup. He said, yeah, it's like $50. Yeah, I would look on Amazon at some of the Masters setups. If you after stream is over, if you shoot me a message on Instagram, I could I'll look on Amazon with you and give you some of the ones that I would probably suggest. But you might be able to get a decent setup for just a little bit more investment, because you don't want to buy that set for $50 and then a month down the road you're like, oh yeah, I really like this airbrushing thing, and then had to spend another $100 for actual setup. So now you spent $150 when you could have just spent the $100 up front and got you some paints, with that extra $50. So plus if you have like somebody's coupon code or something like that, you can save some money that way. I'm all about saving money and making the money work harder. you know. So yeah, if you can save some money, man, I would do so. Let me see. Am I missing a part here? Did I forget to cut out a part? I think I did. What did I forget to cut out? Here we go. What'd you drop over there? You always dropping stuff. I think you only drop stuff when we're on stream.
It's off stream too.
Off stream too? I don't think so. Let's see here. Battle said it's never too early. I say jump in and practice. Personally, I say get the model master set up and learn with a single action airbrush for $100. Yeah, I kind of have to agree with Battle. You know, they're pretty cheap and you can learn, you know, pretty easy. And that's all she has is that little master brush for like $20, man. And it works. Battle says he's had his for 3 years and it only cost me $110. Yep. Now I will say for my setup, and I'm gonna do a video on my airbrushing setup here soon. My airbrush setup is pretty simple as well. I went with a Grex airbrush from Hobbytown for my first airbrush, right? And I also got the Grex compressor. So what I will tell you, Kelvin, is if you get a Grex airbrush, the brushes themselves are really good. They're very easy to use. They're nice brushes. They got a couple of nice little weird things going on with them. When I say weird, they have like a grip that you can get. They got some cool stuff, right? Airbrushes are perfectly fine. The compressors, I would say that at least my compressor from them is total garbage. I would not buy a Grex compressor. It was the problem with the Grex compressor that I had was just that it would always, instead of trying to refill itself when it feels itself getting down to the bottom of the tank, it would always wait until the tank is like empty. So you get these fluctuations in the air pressure coming out of the airbrush, which is no good, right? Just can't happen. And then that problem was just exacerbated once I bought a better airbrush. I bought a secondary airbrush that I frequently use to do like large area painting. And that airbrush throws a ton of air. Like it really is an air hog. So to upgrade my setup, the second compressor that I got is actually a dual piston compressor. So I have two little motors on the side of that little thing, keeping air in there, and that thing is amazing. I love that air compressor. If anything, I wanted to buy another one. I was gonna give her that one because that thing is amazing. I have not had any airbrush outrun my compressor since switching over to that. So that's probably like down the line. I think I paid $150 for that compressor. But that compressor is amazing. It cannot be outrun. It's got two modes on it. So it has the intermittent mode where you turn it on and it fills up to capacity and then it stops. Or if I know I'm just going to just be like just laying down pure air, you can just turn it on completely and it'll just run just flat out. But that thing is amazing. It was like $150. If you want to go like balls deep completely, go get you a dual piston air compressor, and those things are amazing. They even make ones. They make one that was a quad piston compressor. I thought about getting that, but all right, I'm off my soapbox. Kevin says, "Yeah, I just looked it up. Also, got to get the portable spray booth. Yeah, we got the we bought one portable spray booth that I use, and I think that was." What was that, like 150? Something like that. And actually, I built one from hardware pieces before that. But the next one that we do, since she does more painting now, is I want to actually build like a nice large one for our next one probably. But, yep. Battle said, granted, I have 3 different guns. My compressor is the same. Yeah, the Grex compressor is horrible, but their guns are amazing. Yep. My Badger gun is for priming, the Grex for colors and top coat, and my chrome for pre-shading details. I love them. So I've heard of both of those companies except for the chrome. I've never heard of chrome airbrushes before. Badger I've heard of, which I hear they do good stuff. The Grex for colors and top coat, that's cool. What you gotta look into, Battle, is look into getting the PS290. If you want to run and grab my brush so I can show them.
Which one? The big one?
290, yeah.
The one that's like a gun?
Yeah. All right, she's gonna grab it real quick so I can show you guys. Actually, can you grab the Grex too? Actually, just grab all three. Just grab all three. All right. Yeah, we might as well go ahead and we'll break these out real quick. So she's gonna run over there real quick and bring them, so we can show Kelvin kind of what we're talking about here. He says chrome is a variant of the Badger. It's meant for super fine lines. Okay, that's nice. I've actually been thinking about getting a 289 as my next brush, a GSI 289, to have something a little bit thinner. Because I think right now my Grex has a 0.3 millimeter needle in there. So I know we're probably speaking French right now, Kelvin. So inside of the airbrushes, there's a needle inside of all of them, and they have different thicknesses of the needle. And depending on how thick the needle is, will affect how big of a line or how fine of a line you can get. So that's what he's referring to. Yeah, waiting for her to bring the brushes back. So these are all of, we have 3 brushes that we use. And like I said, I've been meaning to do a YouTube video. Thank you, sweetheart. So 2 of these are mine and 1 is hers. So let me just get this out the way. So I'm gonna show you the master first. Right, so here's the master airbrush right here. And this is what me and Battle were referring to. If you go on Amazon, you can get a very cheap setup with a brush like this. It'll come, you can get it even with the compressor for, like $100 or so. And this right here will do the job. That green goof that she showed you earlier, matter of fact, the green goof and the white Zaku of hers are both painted with this brush right here. So, and this is nothing fancy. This is like bottom tier. I mean, yeah. And on the bottom of this though, I do have a little filter. So I put these little inline filters on all the brushes so that we don't get any water through the lines. Because I have had a couple instances where water has come up through the line, and that just sucks when you spit out water. So I've got this on all of the brushes on the bottom of them, as well as some little quick connects, so you can just kind of snap it on and snap it off real quick. But yeah, so there's the master brush, and this is hers. I don't use this myself that often. Every once in a while I will, if I just need another brush real quick. But here's my main brush that I use. This is my daily driver. So this is the Grex. This is the XGI3. And I want to say that this is like $100 brush. Battle might be able to help me with that price, because I'm sure he sees this all the time from his job. But yeah, I think this is like $100 brush right here. And this is a really good brush. It's got, good weight to it. It's pretty solid. It's double action. It's got a couple little quirks to it. Mine's actually really dirty right now because I just finished painting some stuff with it. But the one thing I like about the Grex that you don't see on a lot of brushes is the removable tank here. So you can take the tank off, and I can actually put a smaller tank on there. This one, it has like a little lid you can put on there. Lots of different stuff. I tend to keep this large tank on here just so that I don't have to go back and forth. So, but yep, so this is my daily driver. So I do probably 90% of my painting with this, and including like my little highlight lines and everything like that gets done with this guy right here. And then my newest brush that I have, my secondary, and I love this brush. This thing is amazing. This is my PS290, and this right here you can see is like It's a nice little gun. So this right here is this thing is a monster. So this thing sucks air and paint. And I've got the biggest canister on here. It does have this little removable cup as well, but I've got the giant one on here because this thing can suck down some paint. But I use this anytime that usually when I'm priming items, because it allows me to prime stuff really quickly. And then I'll also use it for when I'm throwing down color too, a lot of times. So I'll go through, I'll prime with this guy, and then I'll highlight with this guy. And then if it's a large piece, right, then I'll actually use this to paint the piece, because I can actually get it, you know, over the piece really good with this. But this thing sucks a lot of air. So this right here will outrun any small compressor that's like already on its way out, or any small compressor that doesn't really produce that much air. You can't use this with it, because it'll kill it. It just won't be able to produce enough air. But yeah, Battle, you should look into getting one of these, man. This thing is amazing. I love it. So yeah, those are our 3 brushes that we use, and yeah, they work well. I'll do a video on these guys soon, and I want to get a 289, but we'll see. Kelvin said, just soaking up all the knowledge. Yeah, man. Anytime you got questions or anything, please feel free to ask. You know, for sure. Battle said that one is 100. Okay, so yeah, I think that this was about $100. And like I said, it comes with some cool things. Like I have this green grip that goes around. So when you first start airbrushing, Kelvin, it might be easier for you. For me, it was kind of weird trying to learn how to hold the brushes. I've gotten to the point now where I've painted enough that like the best way that I could probably tell you to hold it is like I hold it like a pencil. That's kind of how I hold it now. But originally, it was really hard for me to like try to learn like how to hold these things, and you know my hand would cramp up trying to figure out how much to pull the needle back and everything. Yeah, it was difficult. But the nice thing was that the Grex comes with like a little like grip that goes around it to kind of like help your hand. So that was a nice little thing that helped me originally. Battle said, link me those filters. I just started to run into having water in my line. Yeah, no, I'll definitely send you the filters. Yeah, because that part sucks. When you're painting something and next thing you know, the paint's coming out and then boom, you get hit with a bunch of water comes out. So that's what these filters do, is it keeps the water out of the line. Because you have one filter that's at the tank, and then you have another filter here right before it goes into the brush. And these are cheap. These are like super cheap. But you can also order the quick disconnects. And this will probably be good for you too, Battle. Is to go ahead and get the quick disconnects. I don't know if you use those currently, but what you do is you screw those on, and then that way I just have on the actual hose, there's another connection, and it literally just snaps on. So you can snap it on, snap it off. That way I can switch between brushes very quickly. So I don't know if you have that now, but I would recommend that as well. And that's also like a really cheap upgrade for your airbrush. Let's see. I just started to run it. Yep, I have that, but it's side fed. I love the big cup. Okay, yeah, the side fed ones, I've seen that one too. Yeah, the big cup is awesome because you have a lot of paint. This one, the 290, actually they have a cup that's like, have you guys seen like when people are like spray painting their cars, like a professional like auto body shop where they have like the big containers? They actually have that. They make that for this brush. That's how much paint that this brush can kick out. Is they make like the big tube that you can put in there, fill the whole thing up and spray. Yeah, the 290 is no joke. Love this thing. And I got this one from Spray Gunner, by the way. He said, Battle says he'll look into the 289. Look into the 289, but look into the 290. Because you sound like you've already got a couple brushes that are like regular. Like these brushes are like your regular brushes, right? Where they're, small area, fine line, medium sized line. you know, if you want to kind of get another brush to kind of broaden that range, I wouldn't get the 289. I would get the 290, because the 290 is that brush that throws out like big sections of paint. And I also use the 290 for all of my top coating, because it does amazing on all my top coating. Like, since I've started using the 290 for top coating, my my finishes are just like so much more like consistent and even. It's awesome. Let's see here. Kelvin said dropping some gems, definitely looking into this right now. For sure, man. Kelvin, just make sure it's a double action. Yep. So you want the double action for your brush. But if you're new to the game and you just want to try, it's not going to kill you for the single action, but you know. Battle said 290, got it. Yeah, the 290 is awesome. Kelvin said, so I have to ask, is double the same of dual action? Yeah, they're the same. It seems like watered down now. Might have to get some new drinks. But yeah, if you guys need any of this stuff, just shoot me a message on Instagram. I'll send you some links. Battle, I'll send you the links on these filters. But that stuff, the filters and the quick disconnects are cheap. I'm talking like maybe $10. You know. Kelvin said, "How's the catfish?" Yeah, man. What's been going on with the catfish? You've been you ain't burned the house down. You've been in here and chat and everything. I totally forgot about the catfish, man. Matter of fact, what time is it? It's 6:30 now.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. So we've been on for about an hour and a half. Is that about right? Yeah. About 97 minutes, yeah. As long as they have enough time to go and get some sushi and stuff. So we'll probably, let's see, 6:30. We'll probably we'll stay on here till 7. That way we can go grab some good food, come back, and then we'll be I'll be in the Mecca warehouse stream later on at 8:30. I'll just be in chat. I'll just be in there lurking though. Yeah, I'll be in there lurking. Probably finishing building this kit while I'm in there. I got a bunch of videos I need to record. I was gonna record today, but I just kind of woke up kind of late. So maybe tomorrow I'll probably try to wake up early and record a bunch of videos. And somebody asked me to do a video on water slides. So I might go ahead and do a water slide video, because I've got 2 kits right now that need water slides done to them. Because I've got the Penelope slides came in from Simp Pro, so I can do those. And then also that frame arm girl, what is her name? Stylet? Yeah, she needs her slides. So I might use tomorrow to knock out like 6 or 7 videos, get a bunch done. And then throughout the week, I edit those videos up. By the way, guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you go to our Patreon page, I've been trying to be better about this. Is every week, when we release our normal videos on Wednesday, I release the next week's video early over there on Patreon. You don't have to pay anything; it's free. But if you go over there and follow us on Patreon, you can see what next week's video is, because it's already up there right now, live. So on Wednesday or Tuesday night, right before it's time for that video to come out on YouTube, I'll put it back to private, and then it'll come out on YouTube. But at the same time that I'm doing that, the following video for the following week will come out on Patreon as well. So yeah, if you want to check out what video is coming up this week, you can go see it on Patreon. And there's probably, if you look in the description of this, there should be a link to Patreon somewhere, or even on our banner, we have links to Patreon on there. So yeah, go see some early access. We also started. I put up the decals over there now. So the decals, if you are a member of the Patreon, it's one of their rewards, and it's only $1, but it's a easy way for me to keep up with like people who ask for decals and stuff. Kelvin, I know you already got yours, so you're straight. But I think it's an easy and cheap way for people to get the decals if they want them, and to help keep me in line so that I don't forget like who asked for them. So yeah. See, Battle said, "Oh, the catfish was delicious, man. How in the world did you manage to cook up some catfish without burning down the house? Stay in chat, eat it without saying anything."
He said he's been a chef for 10 to 11 years.
Oh yeah. Battle been cooking because Battle worked at the hotel too.
I didn't know he was a chef.
Yeah. Battle, you still working at the hotel, man? How are things going over there? Or is that shut down right now too with everything that's going on? Or is everything cool up there? Let me see if we can catch up on some of this chat. So he says, let me see here. Catfish was delicious. Light fry with some lemon butter and garlic season. Look at this dude over here chefing it up. Man, I'm still getting hungry. That sounds awesome. Kelvin said, "Okay, I found this master dual action, which seems pretty good. I'll shoot you a message to see what you think." Okay. Yeah, man. Shoot me a message on Instagram. I'll take a look at it. Battle said, "With a side of white rice, green onions, and cilantro." What the fuck? What in the hell? He over here cooked the whole meal. Yo, man, where's mine? I'm hungry too. We like to eat too. You got enough for everybody in chat? There's 7 people in here right now. Battle, you need to break out and send all of us something to eat.
Habitat opens Monday.
Oh yeah. They do open on Monday.
Oh yeah.
Hang on, you're getting ahead. I'm skipping some.
Well, that's important.
You saw? I mean, yeah.
I want to go.
Kelvin said, "Damn, sounds like Battle can get down in the kitchen." Yeah, I've made food for chef for like 10, 11 years. Kelvin said, "YouTube has something like it. Doesn't sound like Patreon that you can become a member." Oh yeah. So that's like the I don't know exactly what that is. It's like some type of membership program. I don't know what it does though. I don't know, maybe I'll look into it. But yeah, I've seen some of the YouTubers have that where it has like the little join button on their channels. I don't know. Maybe you think we should turn it on? Maybe we'll turn that on. I don't know what it does though. We'll figure it out. Battle says Habitat opens on Monday and the hotel is closed. So yeah, they open on Monday, but I think nobody's allowed to like hang out though, right, Battle? I think you guys are just doing drive-bys and curb pickup right now, I think. And Kelvin says, "Damn, I can't wait till New York opens up. I'm just like to go to places and pick my stuff up." Yeah, for sure. I can definitely understand that sentiment, but definitely be careful. I mean, I haven't really been keeping up too well with how New York's doing in the past couple of days, but hopefully, things are calming down a little bit up there. Just be safe, man. New York was one of the hot spots, so just definitely be safe. Riptos, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining the stream. Good to see you. We're just kind of hanging out, man. Sitting here talking about we've been talking about a lot of stuff. Really going through right now we're talking about stuff opening back up. But yeah, what's going on, buddy? But yeah, that's just be safe up there in New York, man, because that's a tough spot up there right now.
Mask is mandatory, but we're open to public. No hanging around.
Oh, is this for Hobbytown? Okay, so Hobbytown is open on Monday, starting Monday. Pretty much mask as mandatory, but we're open to the public. No hanging around, and the back area is still closed. Yeah, definitely can't be having any like build nights or anything right now. I personally think that we're still going to be kind of at this whole thing for at least another, probably at least another month. You know, because down here in Virginia, the governor is saying, pretty much do not pass go, do not collect $200 unless we see a steep decline. So I think things are going to be pretty much kind of locked up, but it's good that some of the shops are opening back up, get people back to work. We're still on telework, and I think we'll probably be on telework for probably another month. I'd be surprised if we go back to work before then. But let's see. He says, Kelvin said, "Yeah, I got my comics and Gunpla shipped to my house." Yep, there you go, man. That's awesome. For sure. Battle said Charles isn't happy about them opening back up. Things should still be completely closed. All right, so you gotta remind me, which one is Charles? Is Charles the big black dude up there? Because I don't remember everybody's names from over there. But I mean, I can understand that sentiment too. Is do you want to open back up right now? I think it's a very touchy thing that we're really gonna have to kind of play by ear. But I can understand, not necessarily, because I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't want to go back to work right now.
Look at Georgia.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, Georgia, they went back to work. Georgia went back to work, and their numbers were jumped up, I think, today. But I don't know if Georgia started back work today or on Friday. I think they opened up on Friday, I want to say. But I think they had reported higher numbers today.
Hey, is Georgia the one where like the governors were seeing death threats or something?
I don't know. That's probably the Michigan one. I know in Michigan Michigan been popping off.
Wow, what happened in Michigan?
Cause I think it was probably the Michigan one, because the Michigan governor, she pretty much has been holding a firm stance on like, no, we're not gonna go out here. We're not gonna get sick. Y'all gotta stay home. That governor, I'm not mad at her. Like, I understand what she's trying to do for sure, because she's just been holding her line. Like, we're just not having it. But Michigan's been a hot spot, kind of like New York, so you can't really blame her, I would say, because I mean, you see how Cuomo's been doing in New York, and I think Cuomo, out of the governors in the United States, I think Cuomo's been that dude. He's been doing a good job as far as I can tell. As far as like public safety, you know what I'm saying? I can understand how there's a lot of other things going on. There's a lot of other things to consider. People aren't at work. They don't have no money. I can understand that, but and I'll say I think Virginia's governor has been doing a pretty good job too, and we have the special I don't know what would you call it. We have the special circumstance of being close to DC and being in an area where like there's a lot of inter travel between three areas: DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So that's something that our governor kind of has to like balance out too. But I think most of the governors have been doing a good job. He said word Michigan is acting up. Yeah, Michigan's been they have not been too happy with her. Some of the residents in Michigan have not been too happy with her. But I mean, from a public safety standpoint, can you be mad at her? It's like if the governor of New York was like, everybody's getting sick, but yeah, y'all go ahead, keep going to work. Like, what do you expect them to do? He can't just sit around and watch everybody get sick.
Isn't that what Florida did?
Florida? Yeah, Florida pretty much did that. That's pretty much what Florida did. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Battle said Georgia and Florida are gonna have spiked numbers really soon. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Especially with them being in close proximity to each other, and the fact that Florida didn't really lock down really at all. And now Georgia is like one of the first ones to open back up. There's probably a lot of it running around in that area, I would think. You know what I mean? So just be careful. You know, now is not the time to try to be cute about it. You know, just wear the damn mask. You know what I mean? Even if you just look retarded, just wear the damn mask. Don't worry about it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Just wear the damn mask. Maybe, I don't, you know, some people have like, you know, it's a conspiracy theory or whatever, man. Fuck it. Just wear the damn mask. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Let's just screw it. You know what I mean? I don't want to like find out that any of you are having to snap your Gundams together in an ICU on an incubator. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be safe about this whole fucking thing and just do what we got to do. You know what I mean? We don't want no problems. That's all I'm saying. Kelvin said Michigan people have been swarming the Capitol building, guns in hand and everything. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. Which is crazy because so I heard this really good argument, right, about the whole thing. So I understand. So you gotta understand, you know, they are doing this because they want to go back to work. Completely get it. I'm with you. I understand. Okay. But the whole thing, the whole reason why she shut everything down is because she doesn't want people to get sick, right? And because she doesn't want mass gatherings. She doesn't want mass gatherings because she doesn't want people to get sick. So, in my mind, the wrong thing to do would be then to hold a mass gathering and not adhere to like social distancing to like so like all you're doing is like proving that like, yeah, we cannot handle, as a population, we can't handle this. You know what I mean? So like, it'd be one thing. Let's say the people wanted to protest, right, to go back to work, and they all got together, but they social distanced themselves at the Capitol building, right? That way they could at least be like, hey, we at least can prove to you that we are smart enough to be able to like go to work and adhere to these guidelines so that we can stay safe and people aren't getting sick, you know? But that's like the exact opposite of what happens. They all get together and like are all in a ball. It's just pretty much, it's like the very opposite of what you'd want to show, I would think. You know, I think you're just proving that like, yeah, no, we can't be trusted to conduct ourselves in a way that we, you know, can handle social distancing. I don't know. That's the way I would have did it. I would, you know, if we were going to hold a protest, it'd be like, all right, you know, you got to stay 6 feet over there, you 6 feet over there. That way we can actually show the establishment at that point that like, look, you know, we understand your concerns. However, we want to go back to work. And as you can see, we can handle, you know, doing the right thing and not getting, you know, being close to each other.
That's crazy though.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I think it was her that was getting the death threats. But Battle said, yo, that's crazy. I didn't know that about Michigan. Yeah, Michigan's been tripping, man. Ripto said, that really bad. Why can't they understand? Yeah, I mean, and I can understand their point. It's just that if you're going to do it, at least do it in a way to show that, like, you can handle whatever it is that they think that you can't handle. The whole reason that they're making you stay home and not go anywhere is because they don't think you can handle, you know, not doing mass gatherings. That's all the whole thing is about. You know what I mean?
Well, why doesn't the governor just say, look, we're closing it down, but if y'all choose to go out and get sick, then go out and get sick?
Because they're getting everybody else sick.
Well,
That's the problem.
Well, not if they tell people to stay at home, but if obviously people aren't going to listen, there's going to be...
Well, see, they tried that in the beginning. When this first happened, right? That's like very loose wording, because they tried that in the beginning. When this first happened, they said, hey, everybody just stay home. But they didn't make it a law. They didn't start saying we're going to throw people in jail. You know, they didn't actually enforce it. So what happened? Nothing really. All the young kids still stayed out in the street. All the restaurants still stayed open. So people were still getting sick. So you have to kind of there's a point at which you kind of have to introduce consequences in order to get people to adhere to what it is that you want them to do. You know what I mean? So that's what they had to do and say, okay, well, now you have to shut down your businesses because we can't trust you to like not do this the right way. If it was as easy as just saying like, hey, y'all, do it this way, and we know that you're not going to do it, or you're not going to have, you know, more than 10 people in your establishment and stuff like that, then this really wouldn't be a problem. But we as a population cannot be trusted to follow the rules. So the only way to really get us to adhere is to shut everything down, you know, to make it impossible. So that, you know, so that's exactly what they did. The teenagers, they didn't want to stay home and do, you know, what the government was saying. So what did they say? They say, okay, fine. Well, then we just close everything. Now there is nowhere for you to go. You know what I mean? Now you can't go out because even if you do go out, there's nowhere for you to go to. That's how they do it. Yeah. Kelvin said, yeah, if it was only that easy. Yeah. Battle said, I get people want to work, but at what risk? Work for your check and risk your life and your family's life to stay at home to stay safe. Yep. I completely agree with people getting misdemeanor charges for non-compliance. Don't risk other people's lives. It's crazy. Yeah. And that's where it definitely gets like, you know, you got to think about, you know, these other people, especially like you have like older folk people, you know, you're bringing it home to your parents and stuff like that. That's no good. You know, no good can come from that at all. So, yeah. So hopefully, you know, I hope that things will get under control here soon, you know. But until then, you know, we just have to kind of be smart about it. You know, keep washing our hands. Make sure you got hand sanitizer on you. We keep a couple bottles now in all of our cars. So definitely make sure you guys have that stuff on you. Even if you don't have that, maybe keep like the wipes on you. Just do whatever you got to do to make sure that you don't end up in the hospital. You and none of your people end up in the hospital. Let's say that. You know, just got to be safe. So, let's see. Kelvin said that's what they can't tell us if UFO is real. That's why they can't tell us if UFOs are real. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the exact same reason. So I don't know what we'll do about it, you know. So that's one of those can't confirm or deny. You know, because as a population, you know, can't be trusted. What is that? There's like a saying where it's like, how's that saying go? It's like, persons are smart, but people are dumb. It's like that.
What kind of saying is that?
Well, what it's saying, what that saying is trying to convey is the fact that as an individual, people are very smart. As you as an individual, you can think things through and think about whether or not like that's really logical. You know what I'm saying? You can do the entire analytical process in your brain by yourself. However, when you get into a group of people and like a herd of people, man, that shit goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? It's just herd mentality. That's what that's really referring to. Is once you have herd mentality, you know what I'm saying? It kind of takes over and you don't really listen. You know, because like that's a perfect example for that whole mass gathering in front of the Michigan courthouse, right? Because if you know that there's a virus going around killing people, right? You as an individual would probably say to yourself, you know, like I probably shouldn't be standing in the middle of all these people coughing and screaming and stuff without masks on, right? But when you have like a bunch of people around you that are like gassing you up and, you know, everybody's hype, you don't think about that thing. You know what I mean? So how many people potentially got sick from that gathering? You know what I mean? So that's what it means when you say like, as a person, a person is smart, but people are dumb. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
That's what that saying is trying to convey. So, let me see. Well, it's almost 7:00, so let me see. Let me see if I can finish cutting this stuff out. I mean, I gotta check up on what you guys have been saying in chat. I love having conversations like this where we can just kind of chill. It's open. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Where are we at? Battle said, we all know that UFOs are just Gundams in disguise. That would be awesome. If it was just a Gundam in disguise. I don't know. You think UFOs are real? You don't think so? Oh man, we got a non-believer over here.
I mean, if you by UFO, you mean like aliens and stuff?
Hell yeah, some aliens.
I wouldn't say aliens, but I would just say maybe there's some other life source.
So wouldn't that make it an alien?
I mean,
The definition of alien is what?
When I think of alien, I think about like them little bug-eyed creatures.
Oh, you mean like like it from
Yeah, like it. That's what I think
from
when I
ET
hear.
and stuff like that?
That's what I think when I hear alien.
What about like they have like Star Trek, all the stuff in there?
Star Trek. Anybody like it?
I don't know.
But I do believe that maybe there is some other life somewhere.
Oops, my bad. I'm like hitting the screen. Let me tell you what. There's definitely some goddamn aliens out there somewhere. I'm telling you.
Do you believe in yourself, like aliens?
There's definitely some goddamn aliens out there. I think I think the universe is too big for there not to be something else out there. I think the word alien by itself just comes off as kind of like conspiratory. I would use it more in the sense of like that's just it. It just fits by definition. You know. Yeah, I mean, there's probably something out there. Whether or not it's like close by or it's like been visiting, like on some like Men in Black type shit. You know,
I don't know. You haven't snapped together anything.
I have snapped together stuff.
What have you snapped together?
I snapped together, guys. Look, she's telling me I didn't snap anything together.
Oh, you snapped.
I got the torso and the waist. We've been having some good conversation over here. You know, so I'm sorry, it's been kind of slow, but we've been having some good conversation. That's why. But I did snap together a couple little things. I'm trying to finish up this page, and then we'll probably jump off here. Yeah, see, look, she tried to tell me I didn't snap nothing together, guys. But yeah, you know, I think there's so much space out there. Like, I think it'd be hard to believe that there is nothing out there. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. I feel like there is something out there.
So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Y'all think there's maybe something out there? Catch up on chat real quick while I'm snipping these out. Kelvin said, "How far did we get today?" We didn't. So we didn't get as far as some of the other nights, I think. But that's okay. I think maybe how far we get is an indication of how good the conversation is. So if we don't get that far, I think that means that we had a really good conversation. So, you know, I'm happy with it. You know, and I can always build the stuff by myself. I mean, we're doing the live stream so we can hang out with you guys and, you know, chat and stuff. So I am not complaining at all. Then Kelvin says, I was watching Battle Los Angeles, super good movie. I don't think I ever saw that, but I remember when that came out. Isn't Rihanna in that movie?
It's a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie. I think that came out probably, maybe 5-6 years ago? Maybe? Nick A. What's going on, Nick A? How are you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. He says, the opposite side of the universe has 8 billion year head start on us. Impossible for there not to be. See, that's what I'm talking about.
No, I mean,
8 billion years?
I believe there's
8 billion years? And you know, this is getting into some way other shit, but there are some theories about some of our more prominent more prominent no, I'm trying to think of the word. More prominent not actors, but like TV producers like Matt Groening and Gene Roddenberry, so Matt Groening obviously is the creator of The Simpsons, and Gene Roddenberry is the creator of Star Trek. There are some stories out there about how they maybe potentially have had the experience of having contact in some form of another because of some of the weird things that they have been able to predict with such certainty in their shows. So like at this point, The Simpsons is fucking crazy. If you guys go and look up like The Simpsons and like things that they've predicted. The Simpsons has been able to predict some stuff to such accuracy that it's like there's no way that you're not getting this information from somebody ahead. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Yeah, it's The Simpsons with Homer. Matt Groening, who's the who created that series. There's some instances in The Simpsons that are like mirror images of what happens. Well, go check that stuff out. But also, same thing with Gene Roddenberry. There's Gene Roddenberry, obviously, he created Star Trek. So if you look at Star Trek, the original series, there's a lot of stuff that's in Star Trek that we now have present day with very, very, very close accuracy to the point where it's like, how you didn't do this all by yourself. Like, maybe one instance, maybe two instances, like you just got super lucky, and maybe you're just like, super intuitive, but like there's some crazy stuff. You guys should definitely check it out. Maybe on the next stream, you guys, come back and let us know what you guys saw and what you guys think about it. But I keep up with some of that stuff, and there's some good stuff in there. So I agree with Nick A. There's been 8 billion years worth of time over there. There's probably something going on. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. So let me see here. He said, Kelvin said, "Oh man, Lost in Space is my ish." Yeah, Lost in Space is really good. I think they got a new Lost in Space Netflix series too. I think, right? I want to say. I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen it on there. Nick said, "Yo, what's going on, man?" Kelvin said, "I think you're thinking of Battleship." Okay, but still a good movie. Good movie, and both to the list. Okay. Battle said, "Yo, The Simpsons prediction is crazy." Yes. And The Simpsons have more than one. It's not like just one or two times that they've predicted stuff.
Well, what did they predict?
I can't go back through the list. I will say the one that...
Just say one thing that they predicted.
So the one that is probably closest to people's mind right now is there is a scene in The Simpsons from like, I don't know, this is an old ass scene, but it has to do with Donald Trump. And it shows Donald Trump becoming president, and it shows him like coming down this elevator or escalator, not elevator. It shows him coming down this escalator, and now Donald Trump is actually the president. And this scene actually happened in real life almost to a T. But it's crazy because that scene came out in The Simpsons like 5, 7, 8 years before Trump was the president. Like before people even thought like it was even be possible that this reality TV star could become a president. You know what I mean? Like not even like within the realm of like possibility. You know what I mean? They had this episode where he becomes president, and he's like coming down the elevator or the escalator. Damn. And it's like an exact replica, damn near. That's the one that's like to the forefront of everybody's mind. But there's a couple other ones. I want to say that The Simpsons also predicted FaceTime.
They predicted FaceTime.
Yeah, the invention of FaceTime. So I want.
But that one, I mean, somebody could just watch that episode and go, "Oh, hey, that's a good idea to do." It's like.
What do you mean? Huh?
You said they predicted the invention of FaceTime.
Yeah, I think it was even. I think that was another one of theirs.
Yeah, but somebody could easily for that one. The Trump one I can see, but
okay.
For FaceTime, I mean that one I can kind of brush off because that's kind of like if somebody watched it and they're like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Let me invent that."
No, most definitely. That's definitely possible. But I don't know, you have to go watch it. There's enough instances where it's like, there is something here. There's enough instances to make you think like, they're not just copying you. Like no, like somebody's giving you this information. You remember Back to the Future? Y'all remember Back to the Future, right?
Sure.
And there's a part where Marty goes into the future and he wants to bring back, or maybe it was Butch, or whatever the other guy's name was. He wanted to bring back the magazine that had all of the winnings for sports over the past 20 years. Mm-hmm. Well, he had brought that back into the past. He would then be able to accurately bet on games and win them. It's like that. They have the stuff that's inside of their series is that type of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Where you just happen to perfectly put your bet X, Y, and Z way that you came out a millionaire or whatever. Mm-hmm. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. That's why it gets weird. Biff, that's what it was. Nick A just said it was Biff. Yeah, that's what the guy's name was. Yeah. Kelvin said, "Yo, I have never heard that, but that makes so much sense." Yeah. Oh yeah. Battle says they predicted 9/11, Trump, and so many other things. Yeah.
They did?
Mm-hmm. On The Simpsons. The one that I'm curious to see of what's gonna happen, and it looks like at least it's not gonna happen this year, or in this upcoming election term, right, or whatever. So one of the things that they predicted in The Simpsons connected to the Trump one was the fact that we would have a female president following Trump, right? But that the economy would be destroyed. So right now, if you guys notice where we're at right now, the economy is not doing so good. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily. It's not Trump's fault that it's not doing well. However, if you look at the economy right now, due to this whole shit that we're in, it's not doing that well. But right now, we don't have a runner against Trump that's female, right? So that can mean one of 2 things, right? If we were to say that The Simpsons is right, that there will be a female right behind Trump, then we'd have to say that Biden or whoever the Democrats put up this year won't win and Trump will get extended, and that the female that's going to replace Trump will be after that term.
But everything The Simpsons has said, it's not like it's all true. It's just
no, it's not like
some select things are true.
Yeah, definitely. It's not that everything is all true. It's only the fact that there are instances where they are just too close. Like the escalator thing. When we get off a stream, I'm going to show the escalator thing to her, guys, so she'll see what we're talking about. But there are just instances where it's too close, especially when we're talking about instances where these are natural events. You know what I mean? They can't necessarily be predicted. So, for example, when you see this this video of Trump coming down on the escalator, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sure he didn't watch the Simpsons video so that he knew how to look coming down the elevator or the escalator. He just, it's a natural event for him. He just stepped onto the escalator like the rest of us would and came down. Mm-hmm. But anything else that he does in that time span of coming down the escalator is all just natural movements. So if the Simpsons can predict those natural movements, that's what makes it crazy. So, for example, I think he waves or something as he's coming down on the escalator. Well, the Simpsons predicted that wave in the exact same spot on the escalator. So not only did they predict that he would get on the escalator and that it would be at this particular angle and that he would wave, but that he would wave at this particular moment on the escalator. To the point that there's I think there's a kid in the background that's holding a poster. And that same kid is there holding his fucking poster. What? Or something very, very similar. And you got to remember that the instance of this happening in real life and when The Simpsons actually released this episode is years.
That's crazy.
Exactly. And it's not the only instance. That's why it's okay, what the fuck? Somebody needs to sit Matt Groening down and be like, yo, bitch, what do you know? Because you've been talking to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, we just went down the rabbit hole. Nick A said Biden said he was possibly going to pick a woman as his VP. No, that's true. That is very true. See, that's what I'm talking about. Because see, the Simpsons weren't that. It wasn't that specific. All we know is that there was a female in the presidency behind Trump, and that the economy was shit. Because Lisa became president. You don't know what Lisa is, but she's the daughter in the series.
Well, the one with the little triangle.
Yes, she became president behind Trump in the series. So, but that's very true. He said that you might pick a woman. So for all we know, I don't know. We don't know what happened to make that happen, but maybe Biden wins, right? Maybe Biden wins and he gets a female. God forbid something happens to Biden, he dies or something, right? So now the female vice president is now the president, which would still technically be behind Trump. You know, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's lots of ways it could go. You know what I mean? You know. Battle said, "Isn't there a woman VP? Not at the moment, but like Nick said, Biden was talking about he might pick one." And Nick says, "Sucks for Biden if their prediction is right." Yeah, exactly. Because that would you'd have to ask yourself, okay, so what happens to Biden?
Because only he would have to step down in order for the.
He'd have to step. I mean, he wouldn't have to step down, but something would have to happen to him. He died, gets impeached. A couple of manner of bad things would probably have to happen to Biden for that to happen, unless, how I think maybe it could go the other way. Maybe Biden doesn't win on this one and Trump gets the next 4.
And this is supposed to happen when?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know when. There's never any timeline. They never tell us. The Simpsons is good about never telling us when this is going to happen. Matter of fact, none of these series, Star Trek either, they don't tell us when these things are going to happen. They just predict with very odd and close certainty that these things will happen. So we don't know when. That's why I say maybe it's not even this particular election year. Maybe it's the following election year, and maybe a female gets it then. Maybe a female just wins outright, on the next one, and we just have a female then, and that's how we get it. But right now, I think it's interesting that, we have Trump as president. They predicted that. They predicted a couple other things regarding Trump in the presidency.
Have they predicted North Korea?
I don't know. I don't know if they predicted North Korea. Somebody should look that up. But I will say that right now, the economy's not looking too good. So that's like, they're kind of 2 for 2 as far as like Trump and Trump presidency right now.
That's crazy.
So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah. Oh man. This some good conversation. I can dig it. I appreciate it. So I don't know. What time is it? Man, it's like 7:15 or 7:16, so we're a little bit over. But that's okay. That's alright. So I think we'll probably go ahead and wrap up because we gotta get some dinner. So we didn't finish all of this bottom half. This was actually the legs that I was starting to work on, the legs and the arms, and we didn't get this all put together. We only got our torso, our head, and our waist put together. That's all right because I had some fantastic conversation. So
time, yep.
That's what it's all about. Hell yeah, man! It's time to get some sushi.
Hold on. Let's show them what I did.
Oh yeah, she's been over here building, guys. I've been talking. So you okay? Man. So this is how far she's gotten on her kit that she's been over here working on. This is the Master Grade Johnny Ridden's Zaku. This is the high mobility type. Yeah. Oops, I just popped something out.
What did you pop out?
Nothing. Just, everything's fine. Everything's cool. Just put that back in there. Yeah. So yeah, that's what this is. And actually, I just finished the high grade version of this not too long ago. Matter of fact, I think it's one of the pictures that like shows up in this little thing down here. You see it in there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the high grade version. So
See ya, Battle.
got this torso done. All right, Battle Man. We'll catch up with you later, brother. And let's see, she's got a leg pretty much done here, and 2 feet pretty much done. So she got way more done, but that's because she's not over here on the screen. So, but yeah, guys, appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and well, I guess we'll probably do another one next week. Yeah. I don't know. We need to come up with like a set time that we do these. We just been kind of just flying by ear. So, you know, you guys let us know what works best for you, what you guys like best, and we'll try to do, you know, something around that. So, but right now, kind of liking the Saturday night thing. So, yeah, but appreciate you guys. Definitely stay safe out there, and be sure to check out our Patreon so you can see the videos early. Got some good videos coming up this week and next week. Well, lots of good stuff. This Mecha Warehouse box, I'm about to crack into this thing, so definitely check out for this. This is about to be some good stuff right here. I got like, I think probably about 7 videos that I know of coming out of this box. So this is going to be a really good series. Check that out. So yeah, other than that, guys, appreciate you guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you later. And yeah, send us messages on Instagram if you guys need anything. So cool. Time to get some sushi. Love you guys.
See ya.
Peace. And I always have to remember which button it is to push. Let me see. Which one is it? Let's see. And then you guys can still hear me right now because I have to figure out. Oh, microphone.